just a couple of minutes in the post-COVID world. One of the things that we've become pretty good at, really good at actually, is being able to share our ceremonies with our friends and family really throughout the globe. So that takes a little bit of technology. Sometimes, technology works perfectly, and sometimes it needs a little bit of a time to.
I'm an assistant chief of police for County Police Department in charge of our Investigative Services Bureau, and I have the honor of being your master of ceremonies tonight. Attending tonight's event, we're joined by our chief of police, Marcus Jones, assistant chief of police, Willie Parker Lone of the Patrol Services Bureau, assistant chief Mark Yamada, the chief of our Field Services Bureau, assistant chief Carmen Faciolo of our Community Resources Bureau, and Assistant Chief Darren Frank, unfortunately, cannot join us tonight. He's running around making a lot of things happen, but is an intricate part of our Police Week activities. We're also honored to be, we're honored to be joined by the Honorable Judge Carlos Acosta of the Circuit Court, our state's attorney, John McCarthy, Father Ray of our police chaplaincy, our our Chief Administrative Officer for the County Executive's Office, Rich Madalino, and the Chair of the County Council Public Safety Committee, Sidney Katz. Thank you all for taking time out of your schedules to join our family tonight for this very important ceremony. You've often heard over the past 2 years the word unprecedented. Well, it's truly great to see so many people come out tonight. I'm thankful that the weather has held out for us. I'm still reminded that it wasn't that long ago that we couldn't do this, that we couldn't come together, that we couldn't be in each other's space and have fellowship and camaraderie and lean on one another. So it's really great. And it's particularly great this year because it's the 100th anniversary of this fine police department. We come together tonight in a special way to honor the sacrifices of our fallen heroes. This is one of many ways which we will honor their sacrifice and dedication. I've always found the Candlelight Vigil to be one of the most solemn and peaceful events of Police Week. It's an event that for National Police Week that I've always been drawn to attend because there's a certain power and energy that goes with the quiet. Tonight we will treasure the memories of our fallen and treasure one another as we come together in fellowship. Tonight we remember and celebrate the lives of our fallen and everything they and their families have given to this department and this community. Now Officer John Johnson will perform Jealous of the Angels.
More technology. Sorry. I didn't know today would be our last, or that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I am only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. You always made my troubles seem so small, and you were always there to catch me when I'd fall. In a world where heroes come and go, well, God just took the only one I know. So I'll hold you as close as I can, longing for the day when I'd see your face again. But until then, God must need another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight, singing hallelujah. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight.
Amazing, as always. I'd like to invite Father Ray up to perform our invocation.
Good evening. Let us bow our heads in a moment of silent prayer. God of mercies, into your hands we commend our fallen heroes for whom we keep holy vigil. We give thanks for the blessings that you bestowed upon them in this life. They are evidence to us of your goodness. Merciful Lord, turn toward us and listen to our prayers. As we go forth from this sacred place, may we comfort one another with assurances of faith, expressions of hope, and gestures of love. In your most holy name we pray. Amen.
So I just want to take a quick second to, again, thank everybody that's joining us here, both in person and virtually, and to all the allied agencies, retirees, and many partners that we have through county government and beyond that are joining us here tonight. And with that, Chief Marcus Jones for a few remarks.
So good evening. So a couple of years ago, as we, the Montgomery County Police and other law enforcement in Montgomery County, the state of Maryland, and across the United States, began to see and really deal with lots of changes, lots of focus upon law enforcement in so many ways. And we have been through an incredible lot over the last couple of years. And in the midst of that, as last year, as it approached and we started reflecting what was before us, I realized that our 100th anniversary was approaching very fast. And it was important to me that I thought it was important for our department to celebrate the 100th anniversary of this great police department. And as though we had struggled through a pandemic like no other for really over 2 years, and in the midst of that pandemic, there was pain and suffering that we suffered as a police family, losing very special people along the way. And so this was an opportunity for us to have a celebration. And so tonight is very special because the celebration really highlights those who gave it all. There are many of us who have contributed to this department in so many ways. There are retirees that are in our presence tonight and streaming online. There are people who are here today who work very hard for this police department, both sworn officer and professional staff, that we are very grateful to. But most importantly, it's a night to remember our fallen officers, those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for this community. And to remind us, again, we've never done this vigil at night. We have our annual Fallen Officer Memorial, which we will again have tomorrow morning, but we've never done the Candlelight Vigil here tonight on these sacred grounds. And I want to thank everyone for coming tonight, because this warms our heart. This means this is special to us, that there are people who care about the police family and who care about those family members who are with us tonight, whose loved ones gave the ultimate sacrifice. And in the years of our remembrance, and as we have done these for the past 25 years, I was reminded tonight by retired Assistant Chief Betsy Davis, who does a phenomenal job of putting these types of events together. And I'm just so forever grateful to Betsy and all that you've done. So thank you, Betsy, for that. And she reminded me that 25 years ago, at our 75th anniversary, the 75th anniversary committee put together a commemorative ceremony at the Red Brick Courthouse. And I see one of those committee members, the committee chairs, retired Captain Ed Clark, who's with us tonight. And thank you, Ed. And someone who's no longer with us, retired Lieutenant Dan Warren, who's passed away. But that those individuals, along with Betsy, put together a memorial service that we began 25 years ago. And here we are, in a very special place that was not here 25 years ago, these sacred grounds, to remind us in this beautiful monument that we have for our fallen officers, that we are able to now celebrate their lives and never forget what they've given. And as we talked about during this tough time, there's some very special people who generally would be with us for these types of occasions. And I just want to honor their names for those who may or may not know. One of our fallen officers, Patrolman Hirschberger, this past weekend, his son, Dr. Webb Hirschberger, who I had the privilege of meeting, passed away. And he always made it to this ceremony. He did his very best to get here when his health allowed him to. And a really very special individual, and very grateful, and we're praying for his family as he has passed on. Also, Captain Joe Mattingly's mother, Marion Mattingly, passed away this past year. Officer Mark Fowler's mother, Mabel Fowler, and his sister, Melian Bryant, passed away, Melanie. And also, a real good friend of mine, Lieutenant Jesse's son-in-law, retired Captain Jim Mahoney, also passed away this past year, and Diane McAllister, who is Officer McAllister's daughter-in-law. So if we would, just in a moment of silence again for those who have gone on and passed away, members of the police family. Thank you. And I want to stress that I would invite all of you, and I encourage you to invite family and friends to be a part of this very special 100th anniversary celebration. As we go, we will have events that will occur next week at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds next Saturday for Community Day, where we will highlight our officers, and we will also do a commemorative ceremony in July at the Red Brick Courthouse to unveil a time capsule and then to bury a new time capsule. But most importantly, tonight and all throughout this entire year, as we celebrate our anniversary, tonight is the very special night because, again, it is a night that we remember and never forget those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you all for coming.
So in all of my note-taking, trying to keep up with the VIPs that were attending or showing up, I missed Jack Nichols from Heroes. Thank you, sir, for all the support that Heroes gives. The public safety family, police and fire, really can't say enough. We're blessed in the DC area to have Heroes be part of our world. So thank you, sir, and my apologies. And with that, I'm going to ask Assistant Chief Willie Parker Lone to begin the reading of the names.
Patrolman Joseph A. Case. Patrolman Webb S. Hertzberger. Patrolman James E. Shoemaker. Private David G. Bissett. Private Robert W. McAllister. Detective Lieutenant William H. Jesse. Detective Lieutenant Donald A. Robertson. Private William P. Conboy, Jr. Captain James E. Daly, Jr. Corporal John M. Franzak. Officer Philip Carl Metz. K-9 Blitz. Officer Mark M. Filer. Officer James E. Walsh. Captain Joseph A. Mattingly, Jr. Officer Luke T. Hoffman. Sergeant Hector I. Ayala. Officer William D. Bill Talbert. Officer Noah A. Liotta. Officer Kyle D. Olinger. Captain James T. Hall, Montgomery County Sheriff's Department. Officer Kristen M. Pataki, Maryland National Capital Park Police, Montgomery County Division.
One job. As we all protect it, kind of a symbol of how we have to protect each other and look out for one another. We'll now hear Amazing Grace on the Bagpipes by Detective Frank Colbert. Thank you, Detective Colbert. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, for being here to celebrate, to honor, and hopefully lean on one another a little bit. I hope you all get to participate in many of the events during Police Week and join us here tomorrow at 10:30 for the Fallen Officers or Fallen Heroes ceremony. There's a lot of people to thank. I'd like to start by thanking retired Assistant Chief Betsy Davis for all that she does to put these events together. It takes a tremendous amount of work. Kudos to everybody. The whole look of this place, the feel, the technology is part of it. But it's very, very well done. So kudos to everybody, our peer support team, our administrative staff. There's so many people, all the officers, the honor guard that make all this happen. You know, thank you, because it's this vigil. It's the 24-hour watch. It's the Fallen Heroes ceremony. Many things and never enough, but what we try to do to honor our fallen. I'm going to ask you, please, everybody, if you could stand, if you're able, for a last moment of silence. Thank you again, everybody. Please be safe. Join us tomorrow if you can. And thank you for being part of this special night. Please feel free to stay. Some fellowships. You know, again, we know we have a lot of retired folks that have shown up, and sometimes just taking a moment to hang out and spend some time with some officers and friends that we don't always get to. So please enjoy the evening and enjoy the weather we've been given tonight to celebrate. Thank you again for coming.